Hello everyone, today we are going to study the radius bone. This is the long bone that is present in the lateral side of the forearm in human beings. This is a typical long bone that consists of the upper end, the lower end and the shaft in between. The upper end consists of a head that is disc shaped. This is the neck and this is the radial tuberosity. The head has the superior concavity. This is the constricted neck and this is the radial tuberosity. It is rough on the posterior side and smooth at the anterior side. Now the posterior lower end. Lower end consists of the 5 borders. The anterior border which has a thick ridge, the posterior border which has 4 grooves and the tubercles in between. This is the most prominent tubercle, that is called the tubercle of Lister, and there is an oblique groove present medially to the tubercle of Lister. This is the lateral side which is elongated downwards, that is called the styloid process, and on the medial side there is a notch for ulnar attachment. This is the inferior surface of the bone which has 2 articular surfaces, the triangular and the quadrangular one, where the scaphoid and lunate bones articulate and form the wrist joint. This is the shaft of bone which consists of 3 borders and 3 surfaces. The 3 borders are the anterior border, the posterior border and the medial border, and the 3 surfaces are the anterior surface between the anterior and the medial borders. And this is the posterior surface and this is the lateral surface. Now, site determination of the bone. The site is determined by the radial tuberosity and the styloid process. The radial tuberosity is present on the medial side of the bone and the styloid process is present on the lateral side of the bone. The articulations of the bone. The head of the radius bone gets attaches with the capitulum of the humerus to form the humeroradial joint, humeroradial part of wrist, elbow joint. The inferior end attaches with the lunate and scaphoid bone to form the wrist joint. The peripheral part, this circumference of the head of radius gets attached with the annular ligament, which is a ring-shaped ligament, and here gets attached with the ulnar bone to form the superior radio-ulnar joint. This is the ulnar notch which attaches with the head of ulna to form the inferior radio-ulnar joint. Attachments of the bone. The radial tuberosity gives attachment to bicep brachii muscles. The anterior surface gives attachment to 3 muscles: flexor digitorum superficialis, flexor pollicis, and the pronator quadratus. The medial end gives attachment to supinator, pronator, and brachioradialis. The posterior end gives attachment to extensor pollicis and the abductor pollicis muscles. Now the clinical anatomy of the bone. Under clinical anatomy we study 2 conditions: the subluxation of radius and the Colles fracture. In the condition of subluxation, the bone detaches from the annular ligament from the ulnar bone, and in this condition is commonly seen in children when their forearms are forcibly pulled. Colles fracture. In this condition, the bone gets fractured over here, about 2 cm above the styloid process. The bone gets divided into 2 parts, the proximal part and the distal part. The distal part gets dislocated on the proximal and the posterior side.